had a history exhibit as well as science stuff about how nuclear fission works. Here's us building a carbon atom or carbon molecule. And it was lots of fun to try and get it to balance right. One of the coolest things I learned at the Nuclear Museum was the cultural stuff behind the nuclear bomb. Here I am standing over ruthenium number 44, and this is the boys looking at their cannons and cool stuff. This is actually a replica of the tower that they used to detonate the Trinity test bomb. And here's us at Bandelier. So Bandelier National Monument was lots of fun, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
We really enjoyed the texture of the rock. It's tough.
Yes, and it's not tough.
It's not.
You touch it and it crumbles in your hand.
So that's why there are so many caves, as you can see in the pictures, because they could chip it out very easily with other harder stones.
And the black you see is actually smoke. And they smoked the top of their houses, and that hardened the tuff. So every time you touch the roof, it wouldn't crumble on you.
There's Peter. He's so cute. There's Sir Joan.
I'm not so
climbing
cute.
a ladder into one of the houses. There's Peter again.
Yes, this is where the Pueblo Indians lived, and they smoked this house. This was a long house.
Yes, these ladders aren't as bad as the ones you will see, but this is a larger community of houses, and you can tell the levels by the holes. And here's us going up to the adobe house, up 147 feet of ladders and stairs.
Yeah, and it was a lot taller than it looks in the pictures.
But I thought it was going to be a 147-foot ladder, so
yeah,
they had separate ladders, so that was good.
And we're still climbing up.
Yes.
The crazy thing was some of the knobs were thinner than others on the rungs, and that was very interesting.
As we've said before, New Mexico really is the land of enchantment with such beautiful mesas. And this is on a different trail where we were exploring some tough caves. And we really enjoyed this walk. It was very beautiful. And this is a Peter-sized cave. The paths were so worn down by people walking in the same place that in some places they were actually like hip or chest deep depending on how tall you were.
Carl's Bad
Caverns!
It was like awesome and cool. And you went down into the cavern, which is the next picture that's taking forever to upload. Okay, now we're going down into the cavern, and you go on big zigzags.
We went through the natural entrance. That is the elevator where you skip the natural entrance, and we went through the natural entrance, and it had
all this cool stuff.
Yeah, all this cool stuff. I think it was worth going the extra, 2 miles.
It definitely gave you a sense of how big it is. It is huge. This is the Dragon
Rock, which is not actually Dragon Rock, but we don't care.
In the big room, it could fit the Capitol building 2 times. And there were stalagmites and stalactites and what some people call bacon strips hanging from the roof. These are the big columns that took tons and tons of time to form.
Yes, this is the big room, and this is that was Fairyland. And it was so beautiful.
This reminded me of my cup overflows because it looked like a cup and it was just overflowing.
Yeah.
Yes, and there were all these little rooms inside rooms inside rooms.
This looks like a sconce with a saint in it.
This is like, they call this type of stuff cheese.
Swiss cheese.
Yeah, Swiss cheese.
This is Iceberg Rock. It was the biggest rock to ever fall underground, I think.
I think it looks like a beaver, personally.
A face is my guess.
Yeah.
And then,
But we
lost
really
Peter.
enjoyed it.
I think.
So, it's not the same in the video, but I wanted to show you a little bit about what we're seeing. It's so big. This is not even the big room yet, and it feels like such a young cave because all of the formations are kind of small. You have a few big ones here and there, and then you have ones like this that's lit up over there in the right-hand corner, just kind of sticking up. But then you also have these. I tried to take a picture of it for you, but these kind of like sheer rock faces, like be on the side of a cliff. So it's kind of interesting. And then you have your standard cave stalagmites and popcorny things and
So more rocks, but there were so many rocks. It was so beautiful, and so many different rock structures to look at.
This is part of the natural entrance.
Oh yes, and this is the whale, with draperies and stalactites.
We thought some of the little divots, they looked like little cities. And this is popcorn formations, which is really cool. It's actually the first popcorn ceiling.
Yes.
We said.
And
so
castles.
pretty.
It really just looked like a big sand castle sometimes. And it was really cool.
Yeah, lots of it reminded me of fairyland. Here's a little skyscraper city.
And these are the stalactites from the ceiling where the
big cavern is.
The big cavern where the bats fly in and out.
So we were driving by on the interstate and we saw a plane, but it had kids playing on it. So we had to stop and play on the airplane park. It was the one of a kind, first I have ever seen, and it was super, super cool. Benai says it's an F-100, and Peter loved it, but it was very cool for all of us.